Hey, people. Damn it, I can't use that. That's copyright. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the cast. This episode is a particular favorite of mine. I have Marco with me, one of our concept artists, and he sheds a decent amount of light as to what the creative process is like behind Ember Sword, what got him to the team, what his background is, all the usual meet the team stuff. What makes this especially special, for me, is the latter part where we discuss Marco's personal life. You might want to stick around for that one. The man is from Romania, lived for 21 years in England, and he has some great stories to tell. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Hey everybody, like I mentioned, we are here with Marco, and this is going to be a treat. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Please introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what your position is, and what your background is.
Hi guys, my name is Marco, and I am a concept artist at a studio in Romania called Edgeflow for Ember Sword.
Awesome. So, what is your gaming background? How did you come to work on Ember Sword? How did the journey take you to Ember Sword, rather?
Journey to Ember Sword. Basically, I was basically working with another friend of mine that had a friend at the studio here, and he said, this guy's pretty into his games, so I think he would appreciate the work that you guys do here. And one thing led to another. Spoke to the guys here, showed them some my concept art they did for other games, and the rest is history.
Awesome. So what is your background actually like? How did you come to work on games? How did you get to concept artisting, I guess?
Yeah. Always as a kid, I used to love art. I mean, my mum, she was an artist, so that kind of pushed me towards she was a very tough Eastern European critiquer, I'd say. Basically, while I was doing any type of art, she was to, just walk by and say, yep, that arm's broken. Yeah, that doesn't work. You need to redo that.
What?
Yep,
Awesome.
that's how she operated. So basically, yeah, from that, and then just kept going. My love and passion for games led me to doing more fan art and concepts and just creating stuff, which landed to here.
So you mentioned Eastern European. Where are you originally from?
I'm Romanian. Yeah,
Awesome.
I moved to England when I was 7. And lived there for 21 years, and actually forgot Romanian. I had to relearn it.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. That's how it was.
So, besides Ember Sword, is there anything people might know that you've worked on? Any interesting projects in your build up to working with us?
Not really. I've actually worked quite a lot in the gambling industry, creating games for creating visuals for and animations for online gambling games. Yeah.
God, was that soul crushing? I know that's a blunt question, but a friend of mine works in the same field, and he has some stories, man.
I wouldn't say it's soul crushing. I mean, like, to be honest with you, I had the shiny end of the stick, I'd say, because I got to do all of the visuals and the cool animations and features and stuff, so it wasn't too bad. The soul-crushing part was when people made me aware of what I was doing.
Oh my god.
Basically, moral questionings, like, well... and, yeah, but no, it was fun to an extent. I learned a lot, so I can't really say that I regret that part of the journey.
Still, yeah. Yeah. Well, glad to know that at least somebody I know didn't have a completely monstrous experience in that industry. So, coming back to Ember Sword, actually what people are here for, you, alongside many of the artists, are responsible for creating the world of Ember Sword, so what is your vision of Ember Sword?
Vision wise, I mean, obviously it's an MMO, and we want to get as much content and features and mechanics as we can, and we can get into huge creative spirals. So, we just want to make it, as gamers for gamers. Really, we want it to feel fun. We've got a bunch of mechanics that are quite revolutionary that I cannot disclose really yet because they'll just ruin it. But they are pretty cool, to be honest with you. It adds a lot of skill and actual input and immersion, which is what we're really all about. We want to, gamers building and creating for gamers. That's the main. I'd say the main vision for what we want to make.
I'm actually curious. First off, really good answer. Second, since the setting is very unique, what freedoms does the setting of Ember Sword allow you as an artist? Because it's features elements of fantasy. It also features like elements of technology. It must be inspiring almost to work on something that's so diverse.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. I mean, it can become creatively overwhelming.
Really?
So yeah, because you've got so much content that you could put in there, and you really have to like throttle back a little bit, because at the end of the day, you could go, oh my god, this looked really cool with that, and and you could just go absolutely crazy, and it'll just be, get to that point where you just get lost completely, and you've put in something that you think would be great, but it doesn't fit into the universe per se, but it's it's creatively sound. So I don't know, you're like, oh my god, this creature would be so cool in it, but then trying to build it in the specific style, it just wouldn't work. So you have to, tone it down a little bit.
You almost have to rein yourself in then.
Yeah, definitely. You can go, you can just go absolutely crazy and just keep adding stuff like, oh, this was really cool, and then just creating new mechanics, and it's like, okay, well, now I'm overwhelmed. What about the player?
I mean, from everybody I've talked to on the team, that seems to be sort of a very prevalent point, where we're overflowing with ideas almost, but we really need to keep on track for the sake of somebody actually playing the game someday, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the potential the game has, but you need to have the clear how could I say, vision to an extent, like you were saying, but with
guidelines almost, I would guess.
Yeah, exactly. But with fluctuating creative nuances, that's what you need.
Nice. Before we move on to a more you focused things, which is always my favorite part of the cast, can you describe what you're working on right now? Just sort of a sneak peek for the folk listening.
Yeah, sure. At the moment, I've been quite involved in the NPCs and creatures of Ember Sword, and I'm working on some cave-dwelling folk. It's going to be quite cryptic, but yeah.
That's what I want.
And they are basically only found in a specific area at the moment of the Ember Sword world. And they are they used to be humans, so they're humanoid. They're, how could I put it? They are relatively ghoul-ish. So they're pretty interesting. They have obviously biomechanical and other type of technological parts of them, but some of them are semi-sentient, but most of them are drone-ish. So yeah, they have a whole cool backstory to them as well.
Oh damn, dude, you gave me goosebumps. I live for this stuff. Okay, well, that is the mostly Ember Sword focused part of the cast, and I like for these episodes to also focus on the person behind Ember Sword. So let's dive into you as a person, specifically as it relates to video games, because that's what the people are here for.
Sure.
What are your top 5 favorite video games, in no particular order?
Yes, the dreaded question.
As many as you can muster, don't worry. I put 5 in just for, a guideline.
Sure, right. Well, the first one I actually ever played was Command and Conquer. Back in, God, this was like 92, first one that came out. I remember playing in Romania. So Command and Conquer, definitely. I'm a big RTS fan. Number 2 has got to be Max Payne.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, Max Payne was brilliant. When that came out, Jesus, I had to plead to my mom to get the components for a PC just for it to run, because I remember my graphics card was so bad. It was a Voodoo at the time. It was a Voodoo 2, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was come with an awesome box. Remember when graphics cards came with like wizards and shit on them?
Yeah, it had like really cool like graphics on the front, and some of them were holographic, weren't they?
Sweet.
Yeah, that was so cool. A really cool name as well, not like RTX or something like that. So there's that. So there's Max Payne, and it was brilliant.
Have you played Control, actually, speaking of Remedy games?
Don't think I have. Maybe
it is absolutely fantastic. It's Remedy's newest game. It used to be in the Epic Games Store, now it's on Steam, so, buying it is mostly okay. It's probably one of the most interesting games I have played ever. And I play a lot of games. How can I best describe it? Have you ever read articles by the SCP Foundation?
I can't say I have, I'm sorry.
So it's essentially, the SCP Foundation is this wiki where a bunch of creatives got together and created this universe of a fictional foundation that protects humanity from anomalous items, places, what have you. And it's like incredibly well written, and it's very almost bureaucratically organized, which makes it very interesting to read because of the sterile tone clashes with the insanity that you're reading. And Control is very much inspired by that, and it's by the devs of Max Payne, by Remedy.
That's cool.
So it is bursting at the seams with interesting things to explore, look at, take in. I really highly recommend it. It's also awesome to play, of course, because Remedy.
Right. No, I have to check that out. Sweet.
You will have to buy another graphics card for that one, too.
Now it's okay. I don't have to ask my mom. Well, I don't know, maybe. Mom!
Please, RTX lighting!
Number 3. Ooh. This is a tough one, actually. Actually, they're all tough. Well, number 3, tough one. I would say Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, hell yeah!
I think everybody loved Assassin's Creed 2. Though.
Yes.
That was the most impressionable. I actually back then, when it came out, because the first one came out in 2007, didn't it?
It did.
And then the second one, I think it was 2009.
Yep.
I'm not sure, right? And that back, I'm not much for DLC. Like I'll buy the game, and then once I've completed, I've already moved on. So, but on Assassin's Creed 2, I actually bought the DLC. Which was the Rome one. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get to explore Rome and everything, and it was just brilliant, yeah. So number 3, it's definitely Assassin's Creed 2.
I would recommend Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Sorry to put in again, but you are very much on my wavelength when it comes to games, so I'm getting all excited.
I got Origins the other day because they said it's like the second one, so I haven't installed it yet. I've got this thing going on now because I've got such a backlog of games that I have to finish a game before I install another one. That's the motto.
That's actually a very good practice. Everybody listening, please take note of this. It's fantastic advice.
Well, it doesn't always work in practice, but most of the time, yeah.
Honestly, Origins I've heard really good things about it. But Odyssey is the same, but mechanically very much superior, and it features one of the greatest protagonists in gaming, at least in my humble opinion, in Cassandra, the female protagonist. I also love ancient Greek stuff ever since God of War, so I spent 150 hours in Odyssey. It's great.
Yeah, that makes sense. I did look it up to see what's what, but I don't know. I really like Egypt as well. To be honest, the whole setting is really cool.
Ubisoft might be shitlords, but yeah, they can do settings like nobody's business. Anyway, number 4. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. So number 4 is Jedi Power Battles.
Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah.
What's that?
This is
That's a deep cut.
PlayStation 1 game.
Oh my god.
It's absolutely brilliant. I think it came out in 2002. No, 2000. I think, but it was after Episode 1 of Star Wars, and it was basically like a platformer, like a 3D platformer that you could play co-op, and you had different types of Jedi, and that was absolutely amazing. I rinsed that game so much, and at the end you could unlock what's his face, Darth Maul.
Oh, sweet!
And basically, and they all had their own abilities and stuff, and you can also unlock Mace Windu. But he didn't have his iconic purple lightsaber. He had a blue lightsaber, but he had some cool abilities that stuck with me. I literally had to buy that when I got my PlayStation 2 just to play the what's it now? Because it was reverse compatible, wasn't it? So just to play that as well. Yeah, it was just brilliant. It was just a brilliant game. Yeah.
And then number 5?
Number 5 would be, I don't know, on the scale here. There's loads of MMORPGs that I've played. I mean, and also, I think I'll have to go with Metal Gear Solid.
Oh again, my god, my man. Holy shit, now you're talking.
Yeah, that was just so well done. Specifically, just some of the little like mechanics and like little detective things you had to do, like looking on the back of the physical case
to find the frequency,
specific puzzles.
Yes.
Yeah, to find the frequency, and then putting in the second socket of the controller, so Psycho Octopus couldn't detect you. Psycho Mantis, sorry.
Psycho Octopus, I think, is one of the series in MGS4.
Yeah, I can't remember which was Psycho Mantis, isn't it?
It is Psycho Mantis, yes.
This is Mantis, that's it.
I'm like Rain Man for Metal Gear. Like I have bad episodes when I played them relatively late. I actually started with 4, and then I just went through all of them in one summer, to the point where every mention of Metal Gear would like break my brain, and it would be like that sequence in Metal Gear Solid 2 where everything was just complete nonsense. So one time, I remember I was with my parents somewhere on vacation. I was wearing a Foxhound shirt, and my mom made the mistake of like asking me, "What's Foxhound?" And I like seized up, and my brain just started conjuring Kojima's nonsense language words like nanomachines, Fox died, things like that.
No.
I just stood stock still for 5 minutes, just breaking down because of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, it got pretty insane with Metal Gear. I remember me and my friends were playing. And actually, this like Resident Evil, I think, is on par as well. The first Resident Evil, because I actually broke my PlayStation.
Oh no!
With Resident Evil, because we were on the last battle with the Tyrant, and basically my friend ran into a wall, because you know the awkward camera angles of the first Resident Evil.
Yeah.
He ran into a wall, and it was the last boss battle with the Tyrant when he runs at you. So it's before you get the rocket launcher and fire at him, right? And he ran into a wall, and the Tyrant killed him, and I was, I don't know, I think I was maybe 10, 11, I can't remember, but I snatched the controller out of his hand and pulled my PlayStation off the sideboard. It flew on the ground, and from then on, it only worked upside down. I'm not kidding. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
You beast, you.
It was pretty. I was not the calmest of a gamer when I was young.
No, we've all had that moment. Don't worry.
Yep.
I had that same thing happen with the final race in Need for Speed Carbon.
Oh, yeah.
Except I beat the Christ out of my PS2 with a pillow because I had no comprehension of the value of things. It still worked. I annihilated the game though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disc was dead, and my parents, bless their heart, bought me a new copy. I don't know why. To this day, I regret it because I feel so terrible for doing that to a console and to a game.
Yeah.
Baby rage.
My parents didn't. They just turn it upside down. It's fine.
So what is your longest gaming session that you've had?
Oh, God. Okay, this is like MMO RPG territory now. I'd say EVE Online.
Oh my
I don't know.
goodness.
Yeah, EVE Online when camping gates, just on hours and hours. It's exactly like that meme, you know. It's like, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight, and then what's that? Sunlight, you know. And it was literally just insane. The amount of hours I spent just either camping gates or roaming around trying to find someone to pirate, because we were back the first time we played it. I was just like, you know, we're pirates, definitely pirates. And then as we progressed, finally we realized that we wanted to do some good in the EVE universe. I don't know, it was just a morale, I guess, there. A question of morality there to one point, but also World of Warcraft, in just grinding specifically for PvP, because I never used to raid. I hated raiding. It was just too I don't know, too monotone, too all planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And PvPing was just so much more fun. So like world PvPing and stuff like that, and like from the beginning, it was just, you know, playing with my friends, just constantly. All right, let's do another battlegrounds. Let's you know, raid there. Those, because we used to play on a PvP server, and you know, it's like rogues were the bane of my existence. But I remember at one point we had this place called the Field of Strife, which is basically it was a field, like corn and everything, and me and my friend, who was a hunter, we had an 11-minute duel. And as it was a PvP server, I mean, you know, we could get jumped by Horde at any point, but the duel took so long that we kind of made it a non-legitimate truce between Horde and Alliance. They were just watching us PvP. I remember it took that long because as he was a hunter, he had his ultimate ability, which we called the Zoo, which was I can't remember what the specific name was, but it was a 5-minute cooldown on it, and he called it on me twice.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute cooldown, so he called it on me twice, and it was I'll never forget that moment. Yeah.
Is that your fondest gaming memory then?
It's one of my fondest. I mean, I have a few, but it's definitely one of my fondest gaming memories. It's also that, and being in a battleground, and I'm like, oh my god, I just killed all these people. You know, this battleground, I'm so awesome. And then I realized that my friend Paymar turns out of nowhere, and, you know, as a rogue, and he's like, yeah, you didn't kill them on your own, you know. And then Paz turns up as a hunter, who's just like, yep, no, we're all here. You know, like I had Dan who was healing, and then the rest just all actually just came out of nowhere. But I was so entranced that I thought I did everything on my own, when in fact they were actually protecting me from dying.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So switching gears a bit before I let you go, you are from Eastern Europe, and whenever I have somebody who has moved around a bit, I love to ask them questions about any tales of their experiences in, you know, in foreign countries or in Eastern Europe, whichever comes to mind.
Right. Yeah. So basically, when I moved to England, my grandparents came over, and at at one point, my granddad, like we had like a workshop shed in the back garden, and my granddad was like, I know, I'll just I'll just make some toys. And he made me a bow and arrow and a huge two-handed sword out of wood. Yeah. So I took that to school.
No.
Yeah. And my mum was quite shocked when after she sent me to school. Sorry, after my granddad sent me to school because she wasn't at home, and she came back for lunch. I was already at home. I wasn't at school. And I told her the story that basically I gave one of my friends the bow with arrows. By the way, he made arrows as well, and. I don't know how I didn't get clocked from the beginning that I had a sword of wood, which were painted, by the way, and started, dueling kids in the playground at half eight in the morning. So I got swiftly told got called to go home. So, so my granddad actually didn't even get to, because I didn't live far away from my primary school at the time. He just came and had to get me because I got pretty much got told to go home for the day.
That is so fantastic.
I was literally running around like a bush pig, running around it was jumping at kids. It was just radical. It was just so stupid. But you're a kid; it doesn't matter. It's
kids are indestructible. Who cares?
Exactly. Come at me.
You were the strongest knight in school. Holy fuck! That's incredible.
Being up so much. That sword. No one. I had the reach. Yeah, brilliant.
That's awesome. Oh, that is a fantastic note to end on. So thank you for taking the time to participate in this episode. Holy shit, this is an awesome story.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this.
Oh my god. Oh, Christ. So yeah, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Marco, for participating. And we will see you in the next episode.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey you made it to the end. Congratulations. That must mean you like us enough to want more, right? Well, good news! We're all over the internet. Go to embersword.com and subscribe to our newsletter for a chance to play the game early, as well as the latest interesting tidbits on the game and the team. Join our lovely Discord community over at discord.gg/embersword. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at PlayEmberSword for regular updates on what we're up to. And remember the basics. Drink water, be kind to each other, and spread the word about Ember Sword.